Hey folks, I'm here. You are not. मैं निंजा हथौड़ी आ गया हूँ. तो गाइस हम लोग जबरदस्त सेलर में आ गए हैं, जो कि कौन सी प्लेस है यार ये? कौन सी प्लेस है ये? फ्लोर अप. देखो, जीरो डॉन प्रोजेक्ट फैसिलिटी. यस, वो है क्या? यस दोस्तों, मैं तुम्हारी आवाज ऑन कर दूं क्या स्ट्रीम पे? क्यों? वेव. ओके गाइस, मेरा भाई इनवाइट दे रहा है मुझे. नोटबुक. नोटबुक में चीज है. What do we have here? What notebook? अनडिस्कवर्ड कौन सी नोटबुक मिली मुझे? वही पढ़नी है ना. अनदर अनदर इंसिडेंट नाम है. इधर ये तो ग्लिफ है. हाँ ये है ना. From lounge staff to admin. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we are tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators. Fluent in Polish, for example, security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists, for example, and dermal sedatives to call persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. पता नहीं भाई, इनको एडिशनल सपोर्ट चाहिए, इतना पता चला मुझे सिर्फ. Guys, we gotta be opening this door now. Hello, Park. Stop sending me PS to invite. मैं तो खेल लेता, लेकिन अभी होराइजन खेल रहा हूँ ना. Restock or else. Okay, notebook. From lounge staff to admin. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's collection. Or nahi, collection nahi bhai. Selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we are out of the organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varietals, I'm going to lose it. Please respond, and this time no tempest in teapot. Teapot nahi bhai, teapot. A steep demand joke, okay? पता नहीं क्या क्या मंगा रहे भाई. क्यों चाहिए इनको ये चीज़ें? ऐसा जोक मैंने तो कभी मारा नहीं भाई.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Soundproofing. Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the line. Okay, मतलब यहाँ पे मुझे शोर नहीं करना चाहिए, या फिर वैसे उन्होंने साउंड प्रूफिंग नहीं की तो नहीं होगी, मुझे शोर नहीं करना चाहिए, मतलब I should be quiet.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact.
हाँ मैं वो समझ गया,
Initiating playback.
बट अगर आगे एनिमीज है समझो, बाय एनी चांस मुझे चुपचाप बैठना ही पड़ेगा ना. क्या आ गया मेन?
Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors. The Zero Dawn is a top-secret super-weapons program. The technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them. And they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super-weapons program. And it will not save us. Nothing will save us. Here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
आगे बढ़ रहा हूँ मैं. Yes. हो गए बताओ. Yes. 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 Inevitable था. Yes. Yes. हाँ उसने बताया था. यस यस. मतलब जो लग रहा था कि शुरुआत में कि ये होराइजन जीरो डॉन मतलब कुछ तो स्कीम है, वो स्कीम ही है काइंड ऑफ. हाँ
Scrabbling a bit.
हाँ वही. यस. यस. Yes. Got it.
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
ये बंदे उतरे ना नीचे. Shadow soldiers. वही ना.
Let this bring me victory!
Too close to let tribal primitives stop us now. The data points, what did they contain?
Tom.
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pate wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Want to discuss?
Oof. So, Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas bubble serious.
वाह.
was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, there was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Calm down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. It's me, don't mind admitting. Sisters chasing the bounty, too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place? You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
क्या ही बंदा है ये?
Who previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. Yeah. I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
ये क्या है भाई टनल? मुझे जाना यहाँ से ही है, ऐसे क्या कुछ? मुझे जाना कहाँ से है एक्चुअली? नहीं, मेज में फंसा नहीं हूँ मैं, बिल्कुल नहीं। मैं मेज में हुई नहीं, मैं क्यों फंसू मेज में? इतना सिंपल है सब। मैं तो देख रहा हूँ ये लैब वैब में है क्या। ओके, दिस इज द सेम रूम। We'll come back here again later. Counselor guidelines. Candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the Pharaoh plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm. Addendum B1 and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures. Okay, so you can counter candidates' objection in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review the supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should be cleared to proceed to presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are data corrupted. Yes. Reclamation. Bye-bye.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said. Not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, US Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
लोग जो fight
You've
करेंगे
had
मतलब
considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
आगे देखते हैं बढ़ के हाँ और ये इसको बुलाया भी गया था ना हाँ वो तो बात है ही
Let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship.
Yes.
It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember
yeah.
the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical. There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible. But it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
ये भी बोल रही है क्यों लाया गया है इधर। I think मैंने ले लिया सारा डेटा पॉइंट।
CDO2 data intact. Initiating playback.
हाँ।
Elizabeth Sobek. You've heard the bad news.
रुको
It's
रुको।
all true. The Pharaoh plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about. And build the transmission arrays
Okay, ये मिनरवा दिख गया मुझे।
down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real. The whole Earth.
Data point,
destroyed.
good news.
But then
वे गुड न्यूज़ का डेटा पॉइंट किधर गया? कहाँ पे गया यार डेटा पॉइंट? हाँ यहाँ पे देखो, बैड न्यूज़ और गुड न्यूज़. गुड न्यूज़ मिला. Elizabeth Sopek. All right, you have heard the bad news and it's all true. The Pharaoh plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself has ceased to exist. Global extermination. I think ये अभी वाला ही है जो हमने, हाँ ये ऐड हुआ है बस, ठीक है.
remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine.
हाँ समझ गया मैं. बट वो वही है ना, स्कीम हो गई इनके साथ, उल्टा हो गया है ऐसे.
Ross. Why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage
Yes.
of a pharaoh robot? Why does
Yes,
it want to kill
yes.
me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Yes. Yes. हाँ. Yes. Yes. हाँ. करप्टर वाला बंदा. अरे नाम भूल गया ना यार, मेरे को नहीं नाम याद रहते यार. हाँ, हेडीज. मतलब हेडीज ही करप्ट हुआ है. हाँ ठीक है. हाँ हाँ वो हेडीज को करते हैं, ठीक है. गॉट इट. वो मैं समझ गया यार, वो मैं समझ गया ये. टेक्स्ट लॉग है. मेक योर सिलेक्शन. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in the making of your choice. Participation. You'll be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You'll be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week, and your communications with your family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family or 2 persons of your choosing will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. Indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you'll be confined indefinitely. You'll be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible. But you will not be permitted to contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh plague is inevitable. Inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. Medical euthanasia. The information. हाँ, नहीं पता, बताओ. ओके, वो वाला समझ में आया. हाँ, समझ गया मैं. Medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls you into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice or if you have further questions. मतलब 2-3 चॉइसेस थे बेसिकली. एक तो भाई हमारे साथ काम करो, दूसरा है कि निकल जाओ इधर से, तो वो बैठे रहो इधर ही, ऐसे इधर ही बैठे रहो, मतलब पार्टिसिपेट ना करके इधर ही बैठे रहो, और तीसरा है कि गायब हो जाओ. हाँ, वो तो है ही. हाँ, वो तो मतलब सुनने के बाद क्यों ही जाने देंगे, पागल है क्या.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. A better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. Isn't it just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path?
अरे भाई कर दे.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. A better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. Isn't it just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom? I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard, to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
If you're still nauseous. No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock? You grow old together with your loved ones in safety. I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family? I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. I have habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Albert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years. I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words. I'm sorry. Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over. I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Is he to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection. Would you
खड़ा
like to
हो
discuss
ऐसे
how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you.
ट्राई कर रहा हूँ सुनने
Surprised.
का.
No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobeck is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. This kind of blue skying, it's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
ये कौन सा है भाई? गटर है क्या? क्या है? अभी तक तो मुझे मैं समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ और ब्रांडेड शैकल. देखो मुझे पहले सोबेक का देखने तो जरा. किस सोबेक ने तो भाई ऐसे बताया प्लान डायरेक्ट जैसे कि बिजनेस आइडिया है उसका. मतलब ऐसे बताया ना उसने जैसे कि भाई सब कुछ एकदम 4-5 साल का डिसाइड करके रखा है करना क्या है. हाँ तो वही बोल रहा हूँ ना मैं. 4-5 साल का एकदम नहीं किया ना. देख रहा हूँ. नहीं आगे वो. अरे नहीं किया यार. काउंसलर्स गाइडलाइन उधर फिर से जाऊंगा मैं. अभी आ तो गया वहाँ पे. वो तो मैं पीछे जा रहा था. पीछे कुछ मिस किया क्या वो देखने. और नोट छोड़ी है मैंने कि मैं पढ़ूंगा उससे इसलिए क्योंकि इट्स ऑन द वे. देख लिया. आ गए नोट पे. पढ़ूँ अब. For debriefing after presentation 2. It is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively in the face of an overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection. Validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses. Yeah. Okay. Even admirable responses. Emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk, bark, balak. Okay. Likewise, candidates may balk at the morality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that while the rewards of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect their ethical misgiving towards greater commitment to the project. When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review the Dr. Sobek's presentation as many times as they wish to allow access to supplemental articles G01 through P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process this document. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period, during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against her or his will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse their decision, after which the decision can be changed. Yeah. डेटा करप्टेड है बट मैंने कैन भी चेंज कर दिया. एक बार बोल दिया जाना है तो जाना है, ऐसे नहीं है. लास्ट तक पूछा जाएगा, जाना है नहीं है. यस, एक बार चेक कर लेते हैं टॉप वगैरह कुछ रहा है क्या. फायर स्ट्राइकर अभी भी वहीं पे पड़ा है मेरी मतलब उसकी. लेके आ जाओ क्या फायर स्ट्राइकर. बंदूक लगेगी. वो बंदे तो पता नहीं कहाँ से आए थे, ऊपर से नूब. फायर स्ट्राइकर रहता तो फिर हो जाता ना अपना. धप्पा गेमिंग कर देता ना. वैसे वो ग्रेनेड लॉन्चर है, उसमें फायदा है नहीं ज़्यादा. इस साइड क्या है भाई.
Intruder! Get her!
Come on then.
अरे भाई ये कहाँ से आ जाता है. जाना ही पड़ेगा. देखिए कैसे गोला मार रहा है. मेरा भाई
Power's down.
Is there another route?
I've done this before. Just be my focus.
more data points. This is from where I came. This is parallel to that. This is when similar room.
can't carry more.
आई थिंक अब फाइट आएगी मुझे लग रहा है. ये डेटा पॉइंट्स देख लेता हूँ.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? And no, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
वाह,
Never know when I'm
क्या
gonna
बन रहा है
use
भाई
these.
ये?
Zero Dawn. Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Soubet? Christina Soubet?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in the auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
तो अलग ही चल रहा है, ये भी नहीं है.
Going down fast.
ये गेट अनलॉक करना है.
Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Cool. हो तो रहा है. पागल है लेकिन ये लोग बहुत. वो तो होना ही चाहिए. ये पजल सॉल्व करना है. I don't want to answer this.
Easier when I was a kid.
Such a dumb question. First thing, this is not my interview, and I won't make it this worse that this situation is happening. तो हम पांचों साइंटिस्ट होते इस पॉइंट पे, पांचों साइंटिस्ट होते जो यहाँ पे आते. अरे हाँ भाई, मैं तुम लोग से बात कर रहा हूँ ना, इसलिए. और क्या, ये क्या यहाँ पे दिखा तो है एरोज. एक तो किया है, दूसरा भी है वही पे. बिल्कुल नहीं, मैं नहीं करूँगा. What would you do? Tell me then. हाँ.
I should check the door nearby.
किसके? कितना पागल डिसीजन है. हाँ तो क्या. तो वो तो है ही बात, वो मैं ठीक है, मैंने मान ली.
Found one. Looks intact.
Yes. But हम लोग बचेंगे ना? Why are you worried? Why not? You are going to work for it. Yeah, but it's going to help us.
Now let's get that door open.
It will help us as well. How do you know that? But Q, if after 50, then why not right now? Yes, तो उसको टाइम लगेगा उतना ज़्यादा. Yes. ठीक है, मान लिया क्या तुम्हारी बात में. मैं नहीं देने वाला जवाब. तो मैं साइंटिस्ट हूँ नहीं ना अभी. वाओ. नीचे ये तो लेफ्ट पे है ना ये लेफ्ट पे ऊपर राइट एंड नीचे
That did it. Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
पागल नहीं मैं क्यों हूँ पागल बिल्कुल नहीं मैं तो प्रो हूँ
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid
मैं
contact.
मेन कैरेक्टर हूँ भाई
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So
इससे क्या
much for
फर्क
avoiding
पड़ता
contact.
तो क्या वही बात है ना you want to create an UPSC interview out of this game how dumb it is ऐसे ही क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं वो क्रिटिकल
I lost it. The shadow falls.
तो तब देख लेंगे ना बिल्कुल नहीं सीखना चालू कर दो फिर इट्स बेस्ट टू लर्न एआई देन if you want to tackle AI you need to learn AI how will you tackle something which you don't know क्या वो तो मैं सीख ही लूंगा उसमें क्या बड़ी बात है इतनी
Wait, what was that?
हम लोग बोलते जाते हो भाई हम लोग रुकते नहीं पागल हो तुम इंसान को खेलने देना है नहीं
I see him.
बोलते रहना है बस रुकना नहीं है
This close.
I cannot heal
Shadow has spoken.
अरे चुप रहो ना कैट यार कितना बोल रही हो हाँ ऐसे फालतू क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं पता नहीं मुझे नहीं कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना Your brain needs some sort of food. For your brain, this is the food. Stupid content. बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. Who needs answers to? Who needs solutions to non-existent problems? doesn't matter. So what? बिल्कुल नहीं. I'm smart enough. बचने वाला क्या होता है? I don't see this guy.
Pennywood's...
दिख ही नहीं रहा.
You will not escape the shadow!
That's the last of them.
Alert. H-lock structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
और लोग आ रहे हैं यार. कितने लोग आएंगे यार?
Disappeared!
Alert. Area inaccessible. Elevators non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
ये क्वेश्चन पूछ के गाना गा रही हो. सेव कर लूंगा मैं यार पूरी दुनिया को. डरो मत.
The sun can't...
बस लोग
Room's
अंडरस्टैंडेबल
For a
मतलब
moment, anyway.
होने चाहिए.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
People are supportive तब हो कुछ. नहीं तो ऐसे कौन सा मोटिवेशन रहेगा.
No space.
लोगों को ऑप्शन की बात नहीं है. लोगों को उतना समझदार होना तो चाहिए. कि अगर किसी को जाना पड़ रहा है तो फिर ठीक है. ऐसे ठीक है तो है फिर अच्छी बात है. मैं ये गेम ही नहीं खेलता. बेटर रहेगा. Let me think about the real world problem at this point. This is so dumb. Because you ask very क्या बोलते हैं? क्या ही question है? What kind of question is this? Why would I comprehend why would I devote these kind of emotions because of a game?
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this
Why
is going
do
to be
I
the
need to
subordinate
think about
function that
that
Gaia will use
at
to make lots
this
and lots of
time?
robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple.
Not fun.
So like...
No.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots.
Unnecessary
Her personal
stress.
forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs.
माइक पास में लेके क्लियरली बोलो ना, क्या
To
दिक्कत है?
empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build,
ना दूर से बोल रही हो ना,
imagine
पता
from
नहीं क्या.
scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers.
नहीं समझा मुझे. एलिजाबेथ ने मैसेज किया है किसी को. If I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction is sure. And talking of bootstrap silos to store raw material is excellent. This combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and the Foundry site selection plan add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail: consult with Eomide or Kilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for the inventory plan. किसको भेज रही है, किस चीज के लिए है?
I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia. Machines.
Yes, जा रहा हूँ.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
सारा लाल दिख रहा है, कुछ तो स्कीम है ये. मतलब वो लाल कलर का दिख रहा था ना बीच में जो भी.
Careful now.
इस सोबेक के ऑफिस में जाना है हमें. बोल रही है कुछ रास्ता तो होगा पक्का अंदर जाने के लिए. बाहर से डेटा पॉइंट नहीं पढ़ पा रही है. वाह, कांच के थ्रू नहीं पढ़ सकते डेटा पॉइंट. मतलब क्या डिफ्रैक्ट हो जाती है लाइट इसके विजन से, इसलिए नहीं पढ़ पा रही कुछ भी. हाँ तो क्या टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करता है? क्या टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करता है? बताओ। वाओ, तो ग्लास है, ऊपर से जाना पड़ेगा। ये सोबेक के ऑफिस में जाना है हमें भाई।
Welcome to
भाई
Apollo, the collective memory of the
बुढ़ी
human species
डर गया
and
ना
the
मैं।
wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट है भाई ये। Encapsulated plan. Encapsulated DNA. From Samina to Elizabeth. And the winner is encapsulated DNA. For the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions, magnetic, optical, quantum, even that eternity tech that FAs was chilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 3 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 zettabytes we are projecting for Apollo. There are many details to finalize. Of course, to start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at minus 18 degrees Celsius for 1000 plus years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, and I confess that I deem it entirely fitting indeed. Propitious. अरे भाई क्या बोलना चाहती है? That will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as the hero beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time. Peace be with you, Samina. Peace be. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ रहा हूँ मैं अब। ओके, ये वो है क्या? गाया। एक और लॉग, एक और समीना का लॉग है भाई। अपोलो का अपडेट। Apollo update to Elizabeth. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from, archive from far zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal. That goal from the outset, with attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspergia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. अभी ने मारो। ये तो कांच में लग रहा है। तो कांच में नहीं था भाई।
This is where it ends.
अरे यार भाई लग जाए।
Bleed for the shadow.
That's the last of them. Alone once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
इसके रूम में जाना है ना मेन।
Forget about traveling light.
ये इसमें क्या लोगों को फ्रीज करके रखा था क्या? पहले भी दिखे थे ये बहुत दूसरी जगह पे। और इसका कंप्यूटर लाल क्यों है भाई? लाल स्क्रीन, कुछ तो स्कीम वाला कंप्यूटर है।
The scrapes.
और वो एलिजाबेथ सोबेक के यहाँ भी एक फिगरीन जैसे था होलोग्राम में, वो भी रेड कलर का था। वो भी कोई स्कीम है पक्का। दिमाग थोड़ी लगा रहा हूँ मैं, ये तो ऑब्वियस चीज है। रेड कलर मतलब स्कीम। यस, सिंपल एज दैट। हाँ फिर पता नहीं तुझे। रेड लाइट डेंजर होता है मतलब भागना नहीं होता, उस डेंजर होता है मतलब रुकना होता है। रेड लाइट के पास नहीं जाना होता, पीछे रुकना होता है। नहीं, 5 किलोमीटर पहले नहीं रुकना चाहिए, पीछे रुकना चाहिए, पीछे।
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol. The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what the... what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere you're growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it.
It can be anything.
You get the idea. Hades takes the...
Yes. Let him cook. अरे भाई नोटबुक पढ़ने दो भाई. Noise complaints. Travis. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore. Anyway, who says the old TD codes, Bashcore is straight up line. And you know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle dazzle. Nah. अरे भाई क्या जंजी भाषा का प्रयोग कर रहा है बंदा, पढ़ा जा नहीं रहा मेरे से. I'd rather guzzle a little of Titarium run off than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds. Hand to God and swear on my mama's grave and she was religious. No, that ain't Bashcore blasts in the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal. Classical music. 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal theme stuff too. अरे भाई मेरे को नहीं पढ़ना है, ऐसे ही मैं देख रहा हूँ. ये बंदा भाई एडीज के लिए कोड कर रहा है, नूब आदमी.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol. The ultimate killer app.
Hades.
I know what you think.
भाई अल्टीमेट एक्सटिंक्शन क्या बोलते हैं, एक्सटिंक्शन किलर ऐप है भाई, और उसी का कोड दे दिया है ये भाई ट्रैविस को। भाषा से नहीं, उसकी हरकतें क्या ही बोलता है वो, पता नहीं क्या तुझे। हम्म हम्म हाँ, ले लूंगा मैं हेल्प। अरे भाई तुम बकवास क्वेश्चंस मत पूछो। आई वॉन्ट टू प्ले द गेम, एंड इफ यू विल बी आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस लाइक दिस विच डू नॉट मेक सेंस एट दिस पॉइंट, I don't want to play the game. These questions do not make sense to me at all at this point of time. Are you a hacker? AI या जो भी है, तो why do you care? Huh? Be it, then ask, then I'll help you. Yes, बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। Then I won't be the one answering. You will be the one answering that yourself. तो तुम्हें आंसर लेने की जरूरत है क्या उस पॉइंट पे? You will be the one helping. I won't be the. I don't know anything. I am just data guy. Simple. I don't know anything else. I don't want to help anyone. You are asking me such kind of questions on stream when people are not even able to hear you. And I am just speaking to myself and they are being clueless and they hate my stream because of this. Because you guys keep on talking to me. No, I don't want to do. It's unusual now. Because it is. Because I never made anyone hear you guys. Now you will also have problem and they'll also have problem. That why are you poking? कोई है ही नहीं पूछने वाला, लोग देखते ही नहीं इसी रीजन से स्ट्रीम। कर रहा हूँ मैं, पता नहीं भाई, बोलते रहना है, बोलते रहना है, चुपचाप तो बैठ ही नहीं सकते।
मैं तो नहीं बैठ सकती।
पढ़ लो ये सब।
आपने मुझ पे एलिगेशन लगाई हैं अभी।
या keep crying about it on stream. Let me do that more. It will be great. Everyone will have entertainment. Let me do that more.
मेरे को ऐसे लगता है कि आपको मुझसे प्रॉब्लम है।
Yeah, let's discuss about that on stream. Wonderful.
बहुत हंसी आ रही है मुझे रोहन पे।
भाई, what are you cooking? This is not Master Chef.
ये कहाँ से सीख लिया है आपने जो बार बार यूज करे जा रहे हो बिल्कुल नूब की तरह?
चलन है। इतना बोलते हो भाई, बैठे बैठे
बैठे बैठे क्या करें?
मत करो ये हरकतें स्ट्रीम पे।
इसीलिए मैं म्यूट करा के रखती हूँ। पर आपको उससे
तुम बोलते क्यों हो? तुम इतना मत बोलो भाई मेरे से। मैं नाम से
क्यों?
चुपचाप बैठो।
पर क्यों नहीं बोल सकती मैं?
तो बोल लो फिर और बुक तो।
कौन सी बुक देनी है?
आगे बढ़ू क्या गेम में?
हाँ प्लीज, हाथ जोड़ रही हूँ।
वेरी गुड, ये सारा रिकॉर्ड हुआ है स्क्रीन पे। मैं म्यूट कर रहा हूँ। आई कैन नॉट अफोर्ड दिस बिकॉज you yourself will get angry that why did you वो जो होता है ना, क्या बोला था तुमने अभी, मेरे को ज्ञान दे रहे थे तुम इसका, जो एपेक्स का इन्फ्लुएंस होता है किससे क्या, बताओ इस वर्ड को, बताओ जरा तुम्हारे टर्म। अजराल बता जरा क्या होता है वो इन्फ्लुएंस क्या। अभी ये एपेक्स के बारे में बोल रहे थे कि मैं खेल रहा था, वो क्यों खेल रहा था। लूअर करता है वो टर्म कौन सी थी। एपेक्स लूअर करता है, हाँ वो कौन सी इल्यूजन, कौन सा इल्यूजन। हाँ तो तुम्हें इल्यूजन ऑफ क्या बोलते हैं, चॉइस जैसा ही कुछ हो रहा है तुम्हारा। यस, तो देख लो ना, व्हाट यू विल डू, यू विल you will make me complain about it, you will, then you will say okay unmute me, so this is induced. Now when I'll unmute, people will be able to hear, and then when people will be able to hear you, then you will blame it on me, that because of what I said, it induced that, and it implied it in that way, you had to make that decision without you wanting to have to have that decision. So I influenced it. That's what you will blame on me. No, you will do that. You will do that because I made it. I made you do it. ऐसा नहीं हुआ, हाँ तुमने खुद करवाया, बट लेटर यू विल से कि मैंने खुद नहीं मैंने, मैं बोल रहा हूँ भाई, तुम गाया वगैरह भाई, मैं क्या डिसीजन लूंगा हेडीज वगैरह का, वो पूछ रही हो, मैं इधर रियल लाइफ बता रहा हूँ जो सामने, ठीक है वही बोल रहा हूँ। अरे हुआ नहीं, क्योंकि मैंने म्यूट कर दिया ना तुम्हें, म्यूट। अरे नहीं लेकिन होगा ना, यू विल हैव दैट ऑप्शन। आई एम नॉट टेकिंग दैट रिस्क, देयर इज नो पॉइंट इन दैट। इसमें इसमें मेरे लिए मैं एडवांटेज क्रिएट कर रहा हूँ, बिकॉज आई एम नॉट गिविंग यू चांस टू से दैट इन फ्यूचर, बिकॉज आई एम म्यूटिंग यू। सिंपल। See, I am smart enough to do this, but you are trying। चुप रहो तुम, मेरे को सारे पता है चीजें, वो मुझे नहीं पता कुछ, बट मैं बता रहा हूँ कि you will blame whatever happens, you will blame it on me, because you will say that same concept applies here, that's a rule you made, that the games are designed like that, so you will say life is designed like that, कि मैंने तुम्हें बोला कि मैं म्यूट का अनम्यूट कर रहा हूँ, तो यही है क्या, तुम मेरे को बता रहे हो, मेरे को सिखा रहे हो अब, हैं। नहीं ना, तुम करोगी नहीं, मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ, तुम नहीं करोगी, बट when when people will read this theory, that what happened according to the concept you told me, फिर से नाम बताओ उसका क्या था, हाँ illusion of choice, I induced it and you fell for that, ये लिख के आएगा according to your science and your psychology and your philosophy. I'm not going to do that because you are yawning. I don't want people to hear you. No. 5 लोग देख रहे हैं, देखते हैं वो। If you do, that's your decision and I don't care.
आप स्टोरी आगे बढ़ाओ या तो मेरे को अनम्यूट करो, कुछ तो करो।
I have unmuted you.
Thank
State here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't for 10, 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every user patient protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard and it degraded the Gaia score. It degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers of the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control. But breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too, so that could not fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business. So had to find a
समझ रहे हो?
solution that
हेडीज का
didn't
काम बता
leave
रहे हैं वो अब.
Gaia any worse for the wear. तो वही ना, हेडीज जो है ये डिस्ट्रॉय करने वाली चीज है ना उस चीज को.
वही था जो ये जो मशीन है, जो करप्टेड मशीन,
Yes.
मतलब ये जो फेरो मशीन्स थी जो रोग
हम्म.
चली गई थी,
हम्म.
उनको डिस्ट्रॉय करने का काम
Yes.
था हेडीज
हेडीज
का.
का काम था. करेक्ट.
और हेडीज जैसे ही अपना काम खत्म करेगा वैसे ही गाया को इन्फॉर्मेशन जाएगी
या
कि हाँ हेडीज चला गया, हेडीज ने अपना काम कर दिया है और सारे मशीन्स जो थी करप्ट वाली
Yes.
वो सारी चली गई हैं, तो अब तुम आ जाओ और रिपॉपुलेट करना शुरू कर दो अर्थ को.
Yes. Too soft. And Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly re-reversing process and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear I ain't nothing I wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution to isolate Gaia in a protective coat shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now. So I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it will work. Yeah, those blues are plenty strong, guess. Plenty strong. Guess it's time to sleep and bed. I'll be back tomorrow. Alligators.
Later alligator.
अब
आगे बढ़ो.
उसके रूम में तो गए ही नहीं, लेकिन हम मुझे तो जाना था वहाँ पे. उसके रूम में जाके जाना है यार पहले तो. ये कहाँ जा रहे हैं? ये कहाँ पे आया हूँ मैं? ये क्या है भाई? इसके रूम में गया ही नहीं हूँ मैं यार. इसके रूम में जाना था मैं. अब
कोई नहीं, आगे चले जाओ. I don't think वहाँ.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina El-Badri. Until recently, I was director of the
तो पता नहीं क्या ही हॉरर जगह बना के रखी है. इसके रूम में कहाँ से जाऊँ? तुम लोग गए थे उसके केबिन में?
किसके केबिन में?
उसकी के एलिजाबेथ.
I'm Margoshan, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use.
हेफेस्टस इसमें भी था ना?
हेफेस्टस भी उसी का पार्ट है. पार्ट है उसका.
नहीं अरे वो गेम में भी था ना, दूसरे भी.
कौन से गेम में कोई याद नहीं आ रहा.
बहुत सारे गेम्स हैं.
होंकाई में था बस।
अच्छा होंका इम्पैक्ट में हाँ एनिमी का नाम था It's just ये होंका इम्पैक्ट की ऐसे फालतू बातें क्यों याद करके बैठे हो?
अच्छा तुम्हें पता है?
क्या?
नहीं ऐसा स्ट्रीम पे नहीं पता मेरे को।
यार मैं इस रूम में कहाँ से जाऊँ? ये रूम में जाने का रास्ता ही नहीं मिल रहा। छोड़ दूँ क्या?
छोड़ दो रोहन।
बट उस रूम में अरे भाई। अरे तू ग्रुप पे क्या पूछ रहा है? हाँ मैं पढ़ूंगा नहीं ग्रुप पे से।
कौन सा था? मेरे को नहीं पता है रीजन रन वाला बॉस। अरे रोहन वो बोल रहा है होंका इम्पैक्ट की बात कर रहे हैं।
तो फिर
हाँ एक बुल की बात कर रहे हो।
But why is he typing and you are talking?
Because what he is mentioning are leaks of that game.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective
वो
memory of the
ड्रैगन
human species
ड्रैगन की बात कर रहे हो?
of knowledge for future
नहीं
generations.
देखो बताता
एक काम कर लो गूगल कर लो भाई मेरा
वही
दिमाग
करता
नहीं है इतना तेज। अगर मैं इतनी तेज होती तो मैं आज पता नहीं कहाँ होती। आप ये जीरो डाउन से निकल ही नहीं पा रहे हो बाहर।
यार मुझे उसके रूम में आना था। What's your problem?
लड़कियों के रूम में नहीं जाते रोहन।
यार बकवास बंद करो।
अब पछता रहे होगे ना?
मुझे क्या तुम्हारी बेइज्जती हो रही है?
मेरी नहीं हो रही बेइज्जती।
तुम्हारी हो रही है।
नो।
Yes. थोड़ा
बोलो।
Welcome to Hades. Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol.
क्या करना है उसको?
Looks like the only way onwards.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified.
वो तो कर ही रहे हैं ये
Under
लोग।
my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
FZ chambers. I spent last 36 hours examining them, examining them, and poring over technical documentation. Their revelation astonishing. I don't know what you had to give fast Zenith and trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risk of ECMO resolved, nutrition delivery resolved, hormonal stability resolved, 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examine these chambers, I consider the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of the FZ's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. TBK. आगे बढ़ रहा हूँ.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Development of the artificial personae for cradle survivors. Nurturer, disciplinarian, healer continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. Stimulus-driven switching of personae, however, is proving to be greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer personae. I have also attached the reports from an incident where the servitor running the mother personae intervened one disciplinarian servitor's behavior, a parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I have attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings and just data corrupted.
फिर
इतने आर्टिफिशियल वूम्स बनाए इन्होंने. बाकी
समझ रहे हो क्या प्लानिंग हो रही है इनकी?
तो समझ ही गया मैं प्लानिंग.
तो कैसा लग रहा है आपको सोबेक का प्लान?
सोबेक का प्लान आने तो सामने पूरा
यही है सोबेक का प्लान.
Eleuthia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Ping back from crucial systems is good for our maiden voyage, a success. Regards my dispute with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simultaneous. Okay. We have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans. But we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future creole population. Donk. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Eleuthia 02 site inside Mount Namuli, I'll formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within a week. But इनका तो प्लान था कि भाई प्रिजर्व करना है सिर्फ और क्या मॉडिफाई करना है. एम्प्लीफाई करके सेव करेंगे क्या?
आपको अभी बंद करना है तो कर सकते हो सेव करके. याद आया.
Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
Oh, Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Elizabeth office में जाना है बोल रहे. I think yes. मतलब अभी वहाँ पे ही जाएंगे हम.
यस
मतलब गेम लेके आ ही गया इस जगह पे।
यस अपने टाइम पे आया। अपना टाइम आएगा रोहन।
आ गया मैं घूम के यहाँ पे।
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
Nuts would benefit from antilopinate morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies,
ये गाया
I've
जो
gathered
है
extensive data on the quaternary
यही डोर
extinction
पे
event.
बचती है ना?
Oh?
बचती है मतलब?
And your assessment?
वो डोर है ट्रायंगल वाले,
Gaia?
वो यही आवाज है ना?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
I guess
And
इसी
yet-
की आवाज है हाँ
And yet,
ये AI
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
क्या बोला उसने लास्ट में? लास्ट में क्या बोला इसने?
Am I malfunctioning?
This is good से पहले। किसी से दिक्कत हो रही है
पता नहीं ऐसे लग रहा है कि वो ये कहना चाहती है कि गाया शायद कुछ फील करने लग गई है ह्यूमन जैसे सेंशंस टाइप आ गई है उसमें in a way.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I
आपकी
detect
स्ट्रीम में आपकी आवाज आ रहा है तो मेरी आवाज आ रही है
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
बट इसने तो बायस दिया होगा ना इसके खुद के लिए so this guy would be reacting differently to her being more motivated positive since वो
नहीं ऐसे बायस वायस नहीं
होगा पक्का ये बोल रही होगी ये ऐसे even if she knows something is wrong
No room.
नहीं रोहन ऐसा नहीं होगा
ऐसे ही है भाई कुछ Odyssey has failed. All alphas. Some terrible news, I am afraid. Fast Zenith has informed me that Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zerdon is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. मतलब इन्होंने जो जहाज भेजा था जो तो कुछ दिक्कत हो गई है शायद से बोलना चाहती है। अभी देखो ये रेड कलर का जो है ना, ये जो बीच में लगा हुआ है,
The Alpha Registry master file.
Alpha Registry Master File.
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
Copy.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother.
Copy कैसे? भाई copy कैसे करेगी?
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine.
लगा ही था
What
मुझे.
kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
ये बंदा कौन है?
साइलेंस ही तो है।
ये बंदा लाल कलर वाला।
मेरे उसमें
Still alive. Good.
नहीं, ये तो वो है।
I have a more suitable death in mind for you,
कोई
child.
नहीं है।
Yes. हेलिस। हेलिस नाम है, हेलिस।
आपको तो उड़ा दिया इसने।
My entire life, I've always known one
बांध
thing
के
with
रखेंगे ना?
prophetic certainty.
लगा ही था बांध
That
के
I was
रखेंगे और क्या
destined for
करेंगे?
glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No, it wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Spare me the religious justifications. You can dress up your cruelty in holy clothes and words if you want. But under it all, you're just a murderer.
An odd slight coming from you. You've become quite a murderer yourself, child.
A killer of killers, not a murderer. But I wouldn't expect you to know the difference. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there. Alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
बहुत ज़्यादा क्लोज है वो चीज़ पता चलेगा
आपकी काफी अच्छी है
पता चलेगा बस एंड में
मानना पड़ेगा आपकी
वैसे एंड में नहीं पता चलेगा मुझे लग रहा है 70-80% कंप्लीशन 60% कंप्लीशन पे पता चल जाएगा एंड उसके बाद विल बी जस्ट डूइंग समथिंग विद दैट वीज ऐसे लग रहा है
It's highly probable.
The Nora have no part to play in this. Leave them alone.
You should start doing side quests.
They'll have no part to play in anything.
कौन सी side quest?
That much, sure. In any case,
yes.
I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
क्रश कर दिया क्या उसने फोकस
Faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold!
क्या पागल इंसान एक तरफ से उसे बुलाया.
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
इसकी जरूरत ही नहीं है भाई अब.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way to spin. Maybe I could use this strength against it.
ये तो वो है ना गेम, इसकी टक्कर करवानी है बस. इसका टावर कोलैप्स करवाऊंगा पहले तो. तो भाई टावर के साथ मैं भी कोलैप्स. साइड में डॉज करना चाहिए था तो सामने कर दिया. ओ भाई यार.
I was about to take a behemoth's charge either. Gotta get out of the way.
कुछ मिलेगा क्या मुझे वेपन वगैरह, या डॉज ही करके गिराऊं सारे इसके चारों पिलर.
That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down. Gotta get out of the way. That did it. One more pillar and that platform will come down. And my weapon's theirs. He's charging. It's down.
आ गए भाई वेपन. वो ग्रेनेड लॉन्च कर दिया. मेरे को तो लगता है ये नूब है ना, हेली
Hey!
पे ही बाजी
Guess
पलटने
who got
वाली
our
है.
weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it!
सारे लोग हैं ना.
Something to do with safety caps.
सारे लोगों का भरोसा है. सेंड करूँगा।
Hey! Guess who got her weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it! Freeze can't slow its head. Cryo arrow should set it off. Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with its lift attacks. Maybe those carcasses have executors.
मेरे को थोड़ा अच्छे से खेलना पड़ेगा। इतनी क्या तेज आवाज आ रही है लेकिन इस गेम की अचानक। मैंने ओवरऑल ही वॉल्यूम कम कर दिया।
Hey! Guess who got her weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it!
Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with its lift attacks. Freeze canister on its hip. Cryo arrow should set it off.
ऑडियंस की
उनकी वॉल्यूम बढ़ा दो ना।
इन्हें डेंजर चिल्ला रहे हैं ना पागल लोग।
एलोय ने बोला था उसकी बेली पे मारने के लिए।
ट्राई कर रहा हूँ मैं, गोली जा रही है लेकिन मारू क्या ये पता नहीं है। अरे भाई ट्रैम्पल कर दिया यहाँ पे, अभी तो आया हुआ।
That canister on its belly. Looks important. Freeze canister on its hips. Cryo air should set it off. Guess who got her weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it! That canister on its belly. Looks important.
भाई ये डायलॉग की वॉल्यूम और ऑडियंस की वॉल्यूम सेम ट्रीट करता है। मार ही जा रहा है भाई ये। मैं बकवास खेल रहा हूँ। क्रायो एरोज है नहीं यार मेरे पास, मतलब लगाने के लिए बो है नहीं शायद मेरे पास। पार्शा वॉर्बो एंड शैडो वॉर्बो पे लगते हैं ऐसे। ये भाई साहब क्या पड़ी है। गाइस तुम लोग ये फाइट होने के बाद देखना, बहुत हो गया, डोंट वॉच।
के अभी आप बंद करो, आप टेंशन के परमिशन जो है 7 लोग देख रहे हैं आपको।
हुए थे
7
हुए थे क्या?
हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू रोहन स्ट्रीम where Rohan is dying 5 times per second।
7 क्या?
7 लोग देख रहे हैं।
आओ
रोहन तेरे पास वो भी है ना ट्रिप कास्टर?
हाँ है रे, है मेरे पास, लेकिन दिक्कत क्यों हो रही है इतनी?
वाह बॉम्ब वाला यूज करिए।
क्या?
ट्रिप कास्टर का बॉम्ब वाला होता है, वो यूज करिए।
बॉम्ब वाला ट्रिप कास्टर क्या है भाई? अब
ब्लास्ट वायर मतलब
मेरे को नहीं समझा रहा है।
ब्लास्ट वायर नाम है ना, ब्लास्ट वायर।
हाँ तो पायरो वाला ब्लास्ट वायर बोल रहा है।
अरे वो जो प्लेस करते हैं रोहन, हेल्थ बार वाला, जो हेल्थ के पास में हीलिंग
पढ़ने वाली, रुक जा, समझ गया यार मैं वो। तो बहुत डेंजर नॉक करता है भाई। इसका नाम क्या है?
बेहेमत।
जाओ भाई, लेट मी फिगर इट आउट। क्या पड़ गई? ही नहीं रहा नूबड़ा। मार दिया
फाइनली।
लास्ट वाली फाइट तो बहुत इजीली कर ली मैंने। साइलेंस बोल रहा है नूबड़ा, इतना चिल्ला रहे लोग इधर, कान खराब हो गए मेरे। पहले बोलना नहीं आता था साइलेंस, तो देख रहा था।
देख ही रहा था।
Shadows. Kill her.
शैडोज करप्टर, नीड करप्टर, तुम मेरे साइड से होने वाले हो 2 मिनट में, देख लेना, क्योंकि मेरे पे फोकस ही नहीं है अभी। क्यों मारेंगे वो?
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
करप्टर्स तुम मेरी टीम में हो, मेरी टीम में हो तुम। आ गए भाई, बंदे आ गए। साइलेंस बंदा आ गया क्या?
सही है, अब बंद करने का टाइम भी आ गया है।
अरे अभी तो चालू ये स्टोरी है, बंद करता है कोई ऐसे?
चुप। 1 बज गया और आपकी कमीशन तो है?
पता नहीं मुझे, देख।
How can I see you? You have to check on your wheel.
यार कमीशंस किए क्या? रेजन यूज किया क्या?
रेजन तो नहीं करा। आज की आउटफिट डालती हूँ मैं। आज बड़ी आज आउटफिट वैसे नहीं ली मैंने।
You risked your life. Of course I did.
फोटो।
If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
I took some very good...
Too bad you wasted your time then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to your focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
Damn.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you,
अच्छी लग रही है ना?
But I guess I need this.
मुझे ये combination बहुत पसंद है. ये skin tone और ये colors.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique.
Wow.
I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the eclipse, not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing the focus?
It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the Sun Ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
क्या बोला इसने?
How did you track?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the
Sorry,
sun
मुझे
ring at high
religion
noon. I wore out
purposes की
2
वजह से
striders getting here and
आपकी stream leave करनी पड़ी.
I've got to help Nora. क्या?
I'll be on my way.
Resin करने
To
के
make matters
purpose
worse,
से.
Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stay.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparation.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not going to tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later.
Yes.
In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Karja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
Your birthday.
You think of everything, don't you?
I'm Bacardi.
One of us has to.
Your birthday.
अच्छा, Bacardi.
Aloy.
Yeah.
When you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
ये भी आएगी पता है?
कौन आएगी?
डॉक्टर क्या नाम है उसका?
सोबिक.
यस, ये आएगी लास्ट में.
मेरी भी यही थ्योरी है.
तुमने खेला है, तुम चुप रहो.
मेरे को याद नहीं है ना पर.
कब याद है तुम्हें? How can you cannot forget this game ending?
How can I not?
You won't.
मैं भी इंसान हूँ.
नहीं 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 ऐसे नहीं होता.
तो कैसे होता है?
Enthusiast. You cannot forget. And
I can, Rohan.
that
I'm
even,
only a human.
That even about your one of the favorite games, you won't forget. ये जो है ना नीचे जमीन में घुसने वाला दिख गया मुझे.
जमीन में घुसने वाला मतलब?
अरे कौन एक पोकेमॉन वाला?
अच्छा वो क्या बोलते हैं? कोल्ड रन.
दो है दो. नहीं यार, एनिमी है वाला.
रॉक ब्रेकर.
उनको तो आप नेक्स्ट एपिसोड में मारोगे. बहुत मजा आने वाला है.
मैंने एक को टैग कर लिया है. एक को निकलने दो वापस. भाई तू निकल वापस. एक से पंगा लूंगा मैं अभी. अरे मेरे कमीशन नहीं हुआ ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे. जैसे बैठे हैं दोनों. घुस गए फिर. क्या है टेंटिकल?
रोहन आपको समझ नहीं आ रही है? आपको कमीशंस करना है.
गाइस बाय बाय. गुड नाइट.
इससे बोलते पहले हो लिया. और
ओ भाई उड़ा दिया इसने. आई थिंक मुझे नॉर्मल वाला एरो ही ज़्यादा, मतलब नॉर्मल वाला बो ही ज़्यादा यूज़ करना चाहिए.
मुझे बाकी सब वेपन ज़्यादा यूज़ करनी चाहिए.
नहीं मैं दोनों बो के बीच में से बोल रहा हूँ.
मैं तुझे बोल रहा हूँ कि तू बाकी वेपन यूज़ कर भाई.
अरे मेरे को फ्रीज एरो चाहिए था भाई उसमें.
वो सब छोड़. ना तू ट्रैप यूज कर रहा है, ना तू कोई वो लगा रहा है, भाई एलिमेंट लगाऊं या करूं वो करूं।
अकेला बंदा था भाई वो, उससे क्या डरना था इतना।
उसकी बात नहीं ना कर रहा हूँ
तो
मैं इन जनरल बोल रहा हूँ।
भाई मैं तो मीली कर लूं, ये मेरा मूड रहता है। ये किसका हाथ है भाई, पेड़ है क्या ये?
भाई अब तेरी मर्जी भाई, अगर तुझे आधे घंटे तक बैठ के एक ही बॉस को मारना है।
मार लिया ना मैंने लास्ट के 1 मिनट में तुरंत।